Why do startups still fail with the sheer amount of information we have around us at the tip of our fingers? Surely we should all be having multi-million-dollar businesses right now, right? Wrong. If there's one thing that I've noticed in the startups that have failed around me, it is because of the human factor that businesses fail. There, I said it. Human factor. But why though? Because on paper, theory is always great. On Excel, all businesses are successful. It is the execution done by the people. But the biggest ones that I've seen are these 7 biggest execution mistakes. The first one is losing passion. It is so easy to get started because you are fueled by passion to do something and you've got this great idea. The difficult thing is to keep that momentum going over time. Over the years, I've tried my hand at many different things. The only ones that stuck were the ones that I felt passionate about. The rest were fleeting ideas that passed as soon as it started, actually. Yes, in the moment you feel passionate about it. But when it comes down to really executing and continuing to build the business, if there's no passion, it just falls flat. So the second biggest execution mistake that I've observed is the fact that entrepreneurs think that they will get it right the first time. The sheer optimism of some people thinking that the first time I'm going to do it, I'm going to get it right. I promise you, even Mark Zuckerberg did not get it right the first time. He did not come up with an idea of putting this Facebook platform up there where people can connect. He went through a couple of different iterations to get to the point where it was actually a product that people wanted. So trial and error is completely normal. You have to continuously change and improve and try new things and test new processes to figure out what is the perfect product market fit. The third biggest execution mistake is not having a champion. So if you want to run a business, you need someone that is 100% or 150% dedicated to making this work. A half-assed business is not going to succeed, period. Even a business that you want to start as passive income, it needs dedication from you or for someone else to get it to a point where it can generate passive income. But it's never going to do that just straight from the bat. And that's what many people don't understand. Perhaps you are thinking of starting a side hustle. But even a side hustle needs dedication. It means sacrificing time after work, on weekends, or whenever you have a free moment. Instead of sitting and watching a Netflix series, sit and work on your project. One of my previous managers used to say, a champion to him is someone that thinks about this business every moment, every single day. When you're in the shower, when you get out of bed, the first thing on your mind is, how am I going to grow this business, or how am I going to solve one of the challenges that I currently face? If you are not the champion, but it's your idea, make sure you get a champion, or you have to become the champion. And this gets me to number 4, get your hands dirty. There are many people who are visionaries. They have fantastic ideas, but the execution is not necessarily their best feat. So you have to now decide, if you are the visionary in a business, get a partner that is also going to be a champion, and he might cover the practical areas that you cannot or that you're not familiar with. It is great. You always need a visionary in a business because you need someone to think about the long term. Where are we going to expand into? How can we grow this business into something big, something different, something that is going to bring a massive solution to a massive problem, or who might just make a big difference for a small group of people. So you definitely need someone to have a vision. But I've seen too many times that the visionary is not actually involved in the day-to-day business, and that mismatch can tank your business because they might be thinking this is where you are heading because that is their vision. But the people that are actually on the ground fulfilling this vision might realize that practically this or this or this is not working out. So they're pivoting and they're heading this direction. And then these two are opposite poles and neither one actually knows where you are heading at the moment. But the better idea is, if you are the visionary, to get your hands dirty and get involved in the day-to-day business that you understand, but what is practically possible and what is not. Not listening to your customer and not finding the product market fit. Yes, maybe you've done great market research and you've come up with a fantastic strategy, you go to market and you're ready and you've launched and it started going really well. And then suddenly you realize, oh, but the sales are not where you think it should have been by now. You keep changing your solution. Maybe they want this or this. And you forget to keep checking in with your customer to find out, why are you not using this anymore? Or what do you want to change? Or what do you want that's different? And continuously finding a product market fit. Just because you found it once doesn't mean it's now done. It's a done deal. Business is ever changing, so customers are ever changing, trends are changing, people are changing. So of course what they want is also going to be changing, and you need to stay on top of that. So create feedback systems. Check in with your customers if you have an email database, which is always a good idea. Check in with your customers if you can email them or pick up the phone and just ask them what is going on, how are they finding your product or your services, do they have any feedback for you. Continuously get the feedback from your customers. Data analytics on social media is so important. Whether you like social media or not, it is a daily part of our lives now, and it is a huge marketing resource for millions of companies worldwide. Use it. It's right there. And that then speaks to number 6 of the biggest execution mistakes I've seen startups make, is not focusing enough on marketing. Marketing is essentially the message that you are conveying to your customer. And there's many different ways to do marketing, channels, tools, resources, but it's about what you are telling your customer about your business. How do you make your customer feel by the message that you are sending them? But it is something that so many entrepreneurs overlook. So many people build this amazing business and they expect the thousands of customers to come knocking on their doors. Then nothing happens and they don't understand why. I'll give you one personal example. I love WordPress and I discovered the Elementor theme builder. So at that point, I've built a couple of websites already for friends, nothing that I charged for. And I thought, you know what, let me see. Perhaps I can build a very basic website for someone and I can charge them. So in 2 days' time, I built this website. It's online and it's been about 6 months now. I had one inquiry. And I'm using this as an example because I did not put in any marketing efforts. I did not really tell people about it. I used a little bit of word of mouth, but I was more focused on other businesses that I tried to get off the ground. I just kind of use that now as a portfolio if someone is asking about any WordPress or Elementor experience. But I haven't done anything beyond that. And that's what many people do. They build this entire business and then they sit back and they think people are going to come running to them. And then the last mistake, and this is often the biggest mistake, is that entrepreneurs get ahead of themselves. I've seen that it's become quite a thing to say that I run my own business or I start my own business or I'm an entrepreneur. So it's kind of like this elite thing for many people, and it's fantastic. I love the idea that more and more people start their businesses. But what many do is that they get ahead of themselves, and before they achieve anything, in their minds, they have. Just look, if you've ever been interested in Dragon's Den on television, it's a very good example. You can see the entrepreneurs who are way ahead of themselves. They are always the ones turning down the offers, negotiating to the point where all the offers are retracted and they have nothing on the table and they walk out empty-handed. Don't become that person. Stay humble. Don't let it go to your head and let it actually be the single biggest reason why your startup fails, because you are becoming impossible to collaborate with because you just want to do your own thing and you are not open or approachable to do things differently. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is don't become an asshole. Just stay humble. Even the most successful entrepreneurs in the biggest companies, stay humble. I don't know Bill Gates personally, but from what I read, he is one of the most humble billionaires that I read about. He has changed the world in so many ways. He's still a normal, humble human being with a family, and he hasn't let his business or his successes make an unbearable human being of him. So when you say that the execution has gone wrong, even if this video is about why startups fail and you tick half of the boxes, it means that there's always a way around it to fix it and make a success of the next one, or change your methodology, change your execution method and be successful. Don't be scared to try and fail. Get your hands dirty and stay humble. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.